This week on CWN, band has the first competition today.
And volleyball and tennis are undefeated in district. I'm Maddie.
And I'm William, and today is Saturday, September 16th, 2023. You are watching Calallen Wildcat News Weekly Review.
Kicking off today's show, we spoke with Ms. Grubal about the book club. Let's see what's happening with that.
Morning, Cats America. Today I'm here with Ms. Grubal. Ms. Grubal, I heard you have a book club going on. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so in my AP classes, we just started doing a book club where the students get to choose from a selection of books by doing a book tasting to see which ones they're most interested in, and then from there they're paired with other students and groups, and then they meet weekly to discuss the chapters.
What kind of books are you reading?
They're all contemporary books that are all from different cultures, and so they are all from basically recent times.
Sounds like a lot of fun. That's all from us, and back to the studio.
Mrs. Perales' AP class had a project video and had to describe their organelle. Let's take it to her for more information.
I'm here with Ms. Perales, one of the biology teachers, and I hear you are doing organelle speed dating. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so my AP biology class had a project where they had to record their essentially like Tinder, Hinge dating profile based off of the organelle that they chose. And so they're going to be watching each other's videos and seeing what's going to be the best match for their organelle.
All right, thank you. Now back to the studio.
You know, William, I actually did that project and I had a lot of fun creating a video. I actually had chloroplast, and it was just a really fun project to do.
Well, that's nice. Good to hear.
And Sakura caught up with this week's Top Cat Teacher of the Week. Let's see who it is.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Miss Lopez. So Miss Lopez, you won Teacher Top Cat of the Week. How does it feel?
Surprised and honored.
Thank you. Congratulations. That's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Congratulations, and you know, it's just really cool that the Top Cats are doing this now where they give a teacher a prize every single week. You know, Coach Lamb is still waiting for his.
I agree. We caught up with Grant and Logan on the SpongeBob musical. Let's take it to them.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Logan and Grant. I heard there's a SpongeBob musical. Can y'all tell me a little more about that?
Yes, of course. So, Harbor Playhouse downtown is doing SpongeBob the Musical, opening this Friday. I play Mr. Krabs.
And I play Patrick Starr, and we're running for 5 consecutive weeks. We're going to be going from September 22nd, this Friday, and we'll be running the show all the way till the final showing, October 29th.
And what's the story about?
It basically follows a typical Bikini Bottom day where SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy try to save the Bikini Bottom from the end of the world.
And I personally think one of the cool parts about this musical is that whereas most musicals probably have like 1, maybe even 2 people write the entire soundtrack, which basically means as you go later on, it might get a bit, pale. I don't know how you say it. But the cool part about this is that it's 13 whole different artists, so every song feels fresh from the start. There's a song for everybody. There's David Bowie, Panic at the Disco, Cyndi Lauper. We even got people from Aerosmith writing the soundtrack, which is a pretty cool thing. So there's a song for everybody, and we can't wait to see you at the show.
Thank y'all so much. Now back to the studio.
You know, we're actually missing Logan tonight because he's over there at Harbor Playhouse.
I know. I'm gonna be going to see them this weekend.
That sounds cool. And Mrs. Shippey's class had a practice lab with Jell-O. Let's see what that's about.
Morning, Wildcats. I'm here with Miss Shippey. So, Miss Shippey, y'all did a Jell-O stringer lab. So what was that all about?
So, before we actually use bacteria, I wanted everybody to kind of practice, have like a practice run. So, when you're in a microbiology lab, you have to use something called aseptic technique. And so that's kind of what we were practicing today before they actually used Petri dishes with agar. So we had Jell-O instead. And then instead of using like live bacteria, they had to use some Cool Whip instead. And they had to practice sterilizing their inoculating loop, like in between their streaking on the agar plate. And everybody actually did pretty good today.
All right, that's good. Back to the studio.
This week is Freedom Week. We caught up with a few teachers to tell us some more about it.
Hi, I'm Cameron Calloway with Calallen TV, and we're with Mrs. Allen. So this week's Freedom Week. Can you tell me what that means?
Yeah, so Freedom Week is celebrated every year in Texas schools on the week of September the 18th when our Constitution was signed in the 1780s. So basically, it's kind of to remind all of us what our values are as Americans and some of those constitutional rights that we have, and kind of celebrate our freedom and the sacrifices that have been made by Americans so that we have those.
Thank you.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Coach Acosta talking about Freedom Week. Can you please tell us what Freedom Week means to you?
Freedom Week means it's an opportunity for students and the community to reflect back on the great country we live in, because we do have a lot of freedoms that we are afforded, and sometimes we tend to forget that we have that, but it means a lot. It allows people, to pretty much have the freedom to do whatever they choose and decide to do.
Thank you so much. Back to the studio.
We went to Ms. Rivera to give us some more information on Spanish Heritage Month. Let's take it to her.
I'm Christian Cantu, and I'm here with Ms. Rivera. Ms. Rivera, can you give me some information on Spanish Heritage Month and your background, please?
Hi, good morning. So Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated from September 15 to October 15. There are a few countries actually that celebrate on September 15, Central American countries, for example, Nicaragua, Honduras, and today actually, September 18, my country celebrates their independence. I'm from Chile originally, so yes, yesterday I hung out with my family and we celebrated Chile's Independence Day.
Any projects you're doing in class, Ms. Rivera?
Yes, we're doing famous Hispanic or Latin American. They have to do research. We're also showing the grito, the famous grito from Mexico, so things like that.
That's great. Back to the studio.
We had 17 choir students qualify for the next round of auditions. Luke caught up with Mrs. Weaver for more information.
Good morning, Calallen TV. I'm here with Miss Weaver. So, Miss Weaver, I heard you had a band competition on Saturday and you had 17 kids advance. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, at the choir competition, the kids went in, sang by themselves songs we've been working on for months, and we had 17 out of 23 go forward.
Can you tell me a little bit about the next round, please?
Yeah, and the next one, not only are they going to learn new songs, but they have to sight read as well, so that's going to be a new experience for them.
Thank you. Back to our studios.
You know, one of my friends, Gabby from cheer, actually made first in that.
Well, that's really good to hear.
Yes, and we also spoke to Ms. Ritrallo about the new history project she started this week. Let's check it out.
Hey Cats, it's Ashley with Calallen TV, and today we were talking to Ms. Ritrallo about trade routes, a project on trade routes. Can you tell me more about that, please?
Sure. So this is my AP World History class, and we're looking at trade routes in the period 600 to 1450, and they're creating maps that show the trade routes and the goods and ideas that were exchanged on those trade routes, as well as identifying major trade cities, trading empires, and any technologies that supported trade.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Luna's class has been making some treats. Let's see what they made.
Good morning, Cats. I'm Maya. I'm here with Grant. Grant, I heard you were doing a project in the cooking class. Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, so in Miss Luna's class, basically what we're doing is we're creating a recipe book, and she's assigned everyone to do at least one of the recipes that they've created. I decided to do something called Christmas Morning Punch. It's pomegranate, pineapple, and orange juice mixed together with some apple cider and some special ice with rosemary and pomegranate seeds.
Thank you. That's back to the studio.
Band is having their first competition in Odom this week. Emma spoke to Mr. Valperts for more information on that.
Hey Cats, I'm Emma and I'm here with Mr. Valpert. So Mr. Valpert, y'all have a competition this Saturday. Can you tell me more about that, please?
Yeah, we sure do. The band is competing this Saturday, our first competition of the year. It's the Odom Marching Contest. It's a prelims and finals thing. So we're going to be performing in the prelims of that competition at 4:30 p.m. And then they're going to take the top 10 bands from the prelims. There's going to be a finals portion of it in the evening. Last year, we did win our class. We did make the finals and we were the grand champions. So we're the returning grand champions of that. We're looking forward to a great performance on Saturday.
That's really cool. Good luck and back to the studio.
You know, I really hope the band does well. Good luck to them. Mrs. John's class did a lab over alloys. Let's see what that's about.
Good morning, Calallen TV. I'm Jordan Alejandro, here with Ms. Johns in AP Chemistry. Can you tell us a little about the lab you're doing today?
Sure. So we're learning about structures and bonding, really. And so we're doing, part of the unit is talking about metallic bonding. And in this year, they get to actually make an alloy, which is when metallic bonding happens when you have a lot of metal ions and electrons all around. And so what we did is we plated some zinc onto a 100% copper penny because we got old ones. And then after they heated them up, we created a brass. It's where the zinc and the copper ions come together and make an alloy. And it's what you make it's the same stuff that your trumpets and everything are made out in the band. It's just a way for them to see actually something happen that we did on paper. So I'm really excited about it.
Thank you. Back to the studio.
Ag went to the Greens Hands Camp on Monday. Lakin caught up with Emily for more information.
Hey Wildcats, today I'm here with Emily Atkinson, and can you tell me a little bit about Green Hand Camp yesterday?
So basically what it was an area green hand camp where we had 607 green hands, and I'm an area officer, so I hosted one of the workshops, and basically they learned all about leadership and the different parts of FFA.
That's really cool. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Now let's send it to Callie with Wildcat Media.
Thank you, anchors, and welcome back to Wildcat Media. Calallen Wildcat Yearbook posted another amazing picture for Photo of the Week, so congrats to Alyssa Rivetta, and make sure to go check that out on Instagram at Calallen Wildcat Yearbook. Now that's all for me, and back to the anchors.
And now let's send it to Michaela with the rundown on sports.
Thank you, Maddie, and good morning, Corpus Christi. Brooke spoke to Coach Lamb on how the Outdoor Adventures class plays disc golf. Let's go to them for more.
Now to switch it up a bit, we're going to take it to our outdoor class. I'm here with Coach Lamb. So Coach Lamb, I've been seeing a lot of these cages outside. What are those?
Well, thank you, Brooke. So this is part of our disc golf course we have here at Calallen now. It's brand new. We had a grant towards the end of this last school year. Mrs. Lyons, our librarian, was able to find some funds for us. So this is our disc golf course. It's like a regular golf course if you're not familiar with disc golf course. It's a national sport. They have national championships. So we picked up our little golf bags. So they're not like real golf bags with clubs and all. But inside the golf bags we have like drivers, mid-range, and putters, just like you would find in a regular golf bag. And the idea is to throw these discs like you would a Frisbee into those cages to, either get a hole-in-one or a par 5, par 4, par 3 of that nature. So we just started. This is our first year doing it. It's been very hot outside, so we've been waiting for those temperatures to go down so we can go out there and start practicing. We've actually been able to do a few holes already. We only have 4 holes on the course, so it's not like a regular golf course where there's 18 holes. We have 4 of those cages. There are a couple more cages of those down at the middle school, which when we're done doing our unit, we'll send them down to the middle school CMS, and they'll be able to have some fun with the disc golf course. So pretty neat.
That sounds amazing. It sounds so fun for all your kids. Now, how long have you been doing this class, your outdoor activities?
Well, the Outdoors Adventures class has only been around this is our second year doing it. And we've been able to do many things. We just finished a unit on archery, and we just, today was our first day going outside and cooking, so we're able to go out and cook. I started doing some homemade sausages to get a taste of those kids, and doing some outdoor cooking with Dutch ovens, making fires and things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, it sounds like they're learning a lot. Thank you. And now back to the anchors.
We spoke to Coach Hernser on how he thinks the O-line has been doing during the season. Let's hear his opinions.
I'm Coach Hernser. I coach the offensive line for the football team. I'm really proud of the way the guys have responded the last couple weeks. After the Gregory Portland game, Coach Fowler and I challenged the offensive line to get more physical, because I thought we were out physicaled in that game, and that was sort of the difference. So we simplified some things for them. We've gone to a few more zone schemes instead of gap schemes. Makes the rules a little simpler for the line. They responded well to that, and basically we can kind of take the thinking out of it and just be more physical. And I thought the last couple of weeks we've won the battle in the trenches. We've been the more physical team. Even against Cuero, we've moved the ball well. We've had a couple of scores against those guys, and we've just been sort of asserting our will on other people. And as an offensive line coach, that's always one of my favorite things, when you can move somebody against their will to where they don't want to go. It's the best feeling in football.
We recently caught up with some of our varsity players to recap last week's Cuero game and how they expect to play throughout the rest of the season. Let's hear what they had to say.
Hi, Callan. I'm Michaela, and I'm here with Ian and Chris. So, Ian, the Cuero game unfortunately got cut short. Based on that short half that y'all played, how do you think y'all are going to do against Zapata?
I think we had a lot of energy left over from that game. We all wanted to keep on playing. Fortunately, it rained out, got canceled. But I think we'll have a lot of momentum. Just have a lot of hype to go into this game and try and play the best we can.
Hi, Callan. I'm Michaela. I'm here with Elias. So, Elias, going into the game, y'all got a turnover on downs on the first drive, which was a huge momentum shifter. But unfortunately, y'all were down 22-14 going into the half before the game ended due to weather issues. What happened defensively that they came back?
Well, I think what happened, first drive going out, we knew that they didn't hold on to the ball tight, so Chris Alonso punched it out, big momentum shifted like you said, and really it was just a lack of focus, a lot of missed tackles. People were just making little mistakes that turned into big plays for them. Second half, we would have came out and shut them out, but it is what it is.
And what are y'all doing this week to prepare for Zapata's game?
Well, this week we're going to have to be a lot more focused. Last week was going to be our statement game against Cuero, show everybody that we're back, we're for real. So this week we're going to have to go into the game, shut them out from the first play, hit them in the mouth, and let them know what it is.
And Zapata's your guys' first district game. What's the mentality now that y'all know that y'all are going into district games?
Go undefeated for the rest of the year, really.
Yep. All right, thank you. That's all from us. Now back to the studio.
We played Zapata last night, and thankfully we had no lightning. Tennis had a great win against London and is now 5-0 for district. Great job, Cats. Now let's take it to Coach Martinez for more.
Hey Cats, I'm Addie and I'm here with Coach Martinez. So Coach Martinez, I heard that y'all were undefeated in tennis this year. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, so far in district, our varsity team tennis team is 5-0 right now. So it is us and Tolosa Midway High School that are currently undefeated in our district. We had a great win this past Saturday against London. The score was 14-5, and that was going into that was going to be a really tough match, but the kids just came out and played and did what they were expected to. This past Thursday, our JV also got a win over Rockport. We won 10-9 there. And last Tuesday, we played Alice, and we beat them as well. So it's been a great the season's been great so far. Kids have been really playing smart, doing good. We're seeing a lot of improvements, not only in varsity, but JV as well. In Rockport, we were 9-all. And so we had one more match on, and our number 6 girl, Ella Martinez, won the whole match for us in the third set tiebreaker. So that was great. A lot of improvement. Morale's really been up, and we look forward to giving our shot at either hopefully being district champs or district runner-ups.
Thank you. So Ella, I heard you had a really tough match, but you pulled through for the win for your team. Can you tell me more about that?
My match was the last one of the game, and it was tied 9-9. And I was really nervous at first, but then when I saw all my teammates lined up on the fence and like cheering for me, I felt like really determined to win, and I felt really proud of myself after the game.
Well, congratulations. Thank you, and back to you.
Cross country had an off week last weekend. We caught up with Coach Burnett with more on that.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Coach Burnett. So I heard you didn't have a meet this week. How do you think it'll affect you with your upcoming meets?
Well, it allows us some time to rest. We had a few runners that needed an extra week to get healthy, and we got district coming up in a few weeks. So I think this week being off is going to help us out for the future.
How are you feeling about district?
We're feeling good. We got 2 more meets, and we're working hard every day and preparing and getting ready for district.
That's great. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Volleyball had their second district game last Friday against Bishop and won 25-10, 25-13, 25-12. The overall record stands at 18-8 and is now 2-0 for district. Let's take it to them for more.
Morning, Cats America. Today I'm here with Coach Brian. Coach Brian, can you tell me more about y'all's win against Bishop this past Friday?
The girls came out and dominated. We did a nice little clean 3 sweep, and we're ready to see Alice on Tuesday.
That's really good to hear. Was there anything that you need to improve on going into the Alice game?
No, the girls can always improve on everything, but we looked good in serve, receive, defense, and offensively, so we're ready to take on the rest of the district.
That's great to hear. Good luck. That's all from us, and back to the studio.
Volleyball had a great sweep against Alice this week and is now 3-0 for district. Here are the results. 25-6, 25-13, 25-8, and their overall record was 19-8. Great job, Cats. Now let's take it to Coach Brian for more.
I'm here with Coach Bryant, one of the volleyball coaches. So, Coach, you had a game against Alice yesterday. How did that go?
We did really well. We came out with a clean sweep.
So I hear one of y'all's players got Caller's Athlete Time of the Week. So where do they go and where do they vote?
So Adam Garza is in the running for the Caller Times Athlete of the Week. Everyone needs to go to Caller Times Athlete, just search it, and voting closes Thursday. So everyone go and support our girl Autumn.
All right, thank you. Now back to the studio.
We caught up with Jasmine Trevino and how she did at her last swim meet. Let's take it to her for more.
Hey Wildcats, I'm Abby Tanguma, and I'm here with the swimmer Jasmine Trevino. So Jasmine, I heard you had a meet the other day. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we had a meet September the 13th, and it turned out really well, and I got first in all of my events.
That's really good. So how long have you been swimming for?
I've been swimming since I was 7.
Wow, that's a long time. So when's your next meet?
Our next meet is September 30th at the Corpus Christi Natatorium. Be there or be square.
Thank you, Jasmine. That's all from us. Now back to the studio.
And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Back to you, William.
Thank you, Michaela. Now here's James with today's weather forecast. How's it looking outside, James?
Thank you, William, and good morning, Corpus Christi. Today's weather forecast is going to be another relatively warm one. Currently, temperatures holding right at 80 degrees. A very nice morning indeed, with a 10% chance of rain and winds north at 5 miles an hour. Throughout the day, we're going to see temperatures rise up into the mid to high 90s, with temperatures peaking at around 95 degrees around 4 p.m. and a little under that at 93 degrees back at noon. Wind will generally favor a northwesterly direction, with wind speed peaking at about 14 miles an hour during the hottest part of the day, so at least there will be a little bit of relief from the heat. And getting closer to sunset, temperatures will drop back down into the higher 80s, and winds will generally slow down just a little bit. And looking at our long-range forecast into next week and the end of the weekend, temperatures will be in the upper 90s for the most part on Sunday and Monday, with 10 and 20% chances of rain respectively, and winds north 0 to 20 miles an hour Sunday and northwest 5 to 15 on Monday. Tuesday, however, throws a wrinkle into the forecast with a high of 94 and a 40% chance of rain, with winds north 5 to 15 miles an hour. Hopefully the cooler temperatures have finally arrived in the coastal bend. With that, let's take it back to the anchors.
Thank you, James.
Of course.
And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So guys, why do bees have sticky hair?
I don't know, William. Why?
Because they use a honeycomb.
For all you social people out there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Calallen TV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos. And as always, stay classy, Calallen.